Hey, I'm Cortavius. Thanks for tuning in. Competition's come to an end. So, 90-day competition, 90 days. So, whew, it was a long run. So, I'm going to go through where are we at on the account. Give an overview of how I did in the 90 days. I'm going to show you the community and how did I stand relative to the rest of the competition. Going to talk about the fusion that's currently going on. I'm pretty close to being able to get the current fusion, and we'll pull some shards that I need, a few sacreds to get that done, and then talk about what's next. Is this an account that I just let go? It's got some interesting champs in the last 2 weeks, so I'm kind of curious, interested to play it a little bit, but I kind of want to get at your views. Is this content that you'd find interesting? So we'll look for you to give some comments by the end of the video of what you think I should do, whether you'll be interested to see putting more content out on it. And then a few one bonus section too. I'll pull 6 sacreds on the main as well and see what I get from those. So this is how we did in the big picture versus the competition. Our team came in 4th place with Cold Brew. I did score 5,757 points. To be honest, I did work on this competition the whole 3 months. I stayed with it all the way up to the very end. Some 3, 4 a.m. nights there at the, particularly at the end and along the way. But I didn't go, on this as this is everything I do for 3 months. I've got a job, I got a life, and I still worked on my main, and my main was still my priority. So I know Hell Hades didn't even get Armands on his main account. I wasn't going to do that. So I put effort into this, and as I said, I worked up till the end. So I was either working on this or feeling guilty for not working on this for 3 months. So a lot of effort, but definitely didn't go as crazy as the top people. But I just tried to make sure I at least held my own. So I came in 4th with 57. If you look at some of the other ones, I mean, I'd be 3rd place in one of the bottom clans. I'd still be 4th place in that clan. Top clan, I'd be 4th place still. So I feel like, hey, I held my own and helped my clan, my team, get to the top. We just 12,767, on the top guy there. 9,000, 7,000, 7,000. Some of these top clans that just did better us, 11,600, 9,000. There's just some high scores in there. And everybody had a couple that brought some of the scores down. So that's the level, I guess, just kind of where of effort I put in and how I think I did. As I said, I think I did well to help my team. And then if I just show you how did I do, how did my level of effort do versus who played this competition, and I show kind of me versus the community. So 1,326 people were scoring in this thing. I got the 5,757 points, as I said. Champ development, I had the six stars. Some people had, the top guys I think had 18 6 stars. That just tells you how much effort they put in. That's crazy. Great Hall development, I was top 11%. And I will go in game and show individual areas. So I'm just going to kind of breeze through this for percentages. So Faction Wars, I was top 6%, top 5% in Classic Arena, top 34 in Tag. This is wrong. I was in Bronze 2 for weeks. So this is where I left the competition. So I feel like this stat's just wrong. Current fastest champ, there's no points for this, so I didn't build somebody just fast to that. If I build my fastest champ on my account right now, I'd get 258 speed, which is pretty good for 3 months in. Fastest guy, though, had a 330 Arbiter speed. That's crazy. I mean, the rolls he had a triple roll on the helmet, triple roll on the shield. He had a triple roll on the banner. That's just crazy. A lot of farming, but crazy luck, too. So top 50, well, normal campaign doesn't matter. That's just time. So Nightmare, I was top 4%. Got 330 points out of Nightmare. Man, I could have pushed farther on that, too, but just the time. But top 4%, top 3% in the Doom Tower, top 5% Clan Boss, top 2% Hydra, top 5% Dragons, top 4% Ice Golem, Fire Knight, top 4%, Spiders, top 2%, Minotaur, top 8, I'm in 15, like a bunch of people. Arcane Keep, top 3%, Void, 5%, Dungeon Spirit Keep, 2%, Magic Keep, 7%. I never really needed potions for Magic, so that's probably a part of it. And then 3% for Force Keep, stage 20 because that's where Rathalos and Mordecai were. So I pushed that one. And then top 3% Sand Devil. So if you look at those, I mean, top 2, 3, 5% in a whole bunch of areas. So as I said, I feel like I did push and certainly versus the community. I think those are pretty high percentages, or pretty low percentages from that matter. Pretty high results. So anyway, let's go into the game, and I'll show you kind of where that looked like in the game. Since as I said, I blew through that because I was just showing you the kind of the big picture percentages. But let's go see the inside the game itself. So let's take a look at the account. Where we end up. I did get a number of 6 stars. So I had 6 stars that I made. My core team was Frozen Banshee and KL for poisons, had Rathalos for damage, and then I did get miscreated up to 6 recently, and Apothecary, and then Mordecai to do the burns. So did pull Arbeus, a week ago, but can't use her in the competition, so she's actually just done some Minotaur runs so far. But curious to get her rolling in. Got a Cold Heart on there. She's only level 50. Armand's has been doing a ton of work. He's at level 50. Honestly, he can do a lot at level 50. I probably should 6-star him. But I don't know. Other than getting the banner for some more accuracy and speed. And then we got Versolf on there, who was a recent pull. I think he's going to be quite. The books is the problem. So that's 2, 6, 11 books. So legendary books for on a free-to-play early are so hard to get. But if I could book him, even this one, just getting the ally protect and increase defense and clan boss, and then getting a leech out there on his A2, I wouldn't have to have lifesteal. He could really help my clan boss team. So I've got Tree Shield not there as a reviver who's pretty good. Broadmouth can also revive. Bellower is one I just took to 40. Kind of thinking I might build him next. He's got a decrease attack, decrease defense, albeit weak versions. But 100% chance to land when they're booked, and I could book him. And then he's got a decreased speed and a block active skills, and he's got 3 AoEs. So I kind of like how I could use him some content. Decreased attack, something I'm really missing for Clan Boss and for Ice Golem and Dragon for that matter. So I don't have a great decrease attack unless I'm missing something here. Rurella would be incredible for Fire Knight. Duodan I've used a little bit and I kind of like him, but I gotta I have the other champs I could book and build. And then Tab, the other Lego I got, I have no idea how I'd use him. And then Fenax, I'm actually contemplating taking him to 6 next, because if I look at what I have, I've got support and Miscreated. I have support in Apothecary, a support in Arbeus. They can keep that. Those 3 can keep people alive. I got some damage in Rathalos. My KL is crap build. He doesn't do much damage at all. I mean, I got like 84 crit damage, so he's got to be built better probably. But for now, he's a poisoner. He's not a damage dealer. So I kind of like Fenax for that A1 who can block revive, and he's got a decent A2 with a block active skills or block buffs, and I could put a little bit of accuracy on him. So and then he's a different affinity. He's the off affinity to Rathalos as Force. He could be a spirit nuker. So I've been tempted to do something in the damage area because Tree Shield's just going to be. A reviver would be nice, but I kind of wonder with Arbeus, Apothecary, and Miscreated whether I can just try not to die. But otherwise, if I had regen gear to put on Tree Shield, he'd be great. Versolf would be great for Clan Boss, like I said. I think he'd be a great defensive carry, and he can actually hit too. But he's also the same affinity as Rathalos, and I don't have any books. So, Fenax, where I can book an epic. So, looking at maybe Bellower and Fenax is 2 I could build. But hey, if you have any thoughts in here, and I guess I shouldn't leave out Sandlash down here. I'm not really sure exactly how I'd use her. Or Durandil for another damage option, but once again, he's Force. And the only reason I mentioned him is I have a 4-star Blessing. I could awaken him. And that would give him 25% more crit damage. So he could do more, but I don't see him building him over Fenax and having the same affinity. So curious if you guys had thoughts on priority champs and clan boss strategy of this. I mean, I do have ally protect, the ally protect in Versolf, and she does an ally protect too, right? So Sandlash Survivor's got an ally protect. So I got 3 ally protectors that I could use in clan boss in some fashion. So if you have thoughts on the clan boss team in there or what to do with those champs, I'd appreciate it. I have been sitting here tonight trying to figure that out, but I figured I'd stop and actually pull the sacrets because maybe that changes the scenario. So that is the champ view that I have. As far as content, for campaign, I did beat normal and brutal in the 90 days. Nightmare, I did get to 165 stars here. I got kind of this far, and actually this was just time. I had to manual each of these waves, and it just takes just time to manual through them. But with Armands makes the wave-based content so easy. I think I can beat Nightmare campaign. The only one I think is a challenge is the more 2 on that last 12-7 because you can't stun them, which is obviously you can't stun them, so you can't use Armand's as nice skill. So you just got the chance that he's going to peril you. So, but I think I'll just knock that off over time. There is a sacred sitting there at the end, which I was contemplating. Could I get through that today and pull the sacred? But too much work. So I don't see doing that. But progress in campaign and then in dungeons, I never did Iron Twins. Most of the keeps I got kind of farther into 14, but then I think on that one I never needed the potions. So I got to 20 on the arcane. Oops, I can't open magic. I think these other ones I got to like somewhere between 18 and 20 probably, depending on whether I needed those potions. So I think the Force Keep was up to 20. And then Minotaur, I can easily do 15 and, take whoever I need in there. So these guys can easily beat it. So I'm getting masteries on those actually. The only ones with full masteries are KL and Rathalos. So everybody else, I never really prioritized putting energy into them. So I should get War Master on my clan boss champs. Ice Golem, I got up to 19. I really struggled to beat 19. That Force Affinity, he just kills all my magic-based champs. So I had a tough time beating 19. Got really close a few times, and I was thinking if I could just get past 19, I could do 20, but it's just a tough with that Force Affinity. Spiders, I got to 20. I can farm 20, so that one goes well. It's slow with Armand's in there because he reduces the boss's turn meter. You want the Lings to have their turn, you want the Lings to go. So he reduces the boss's turn meter, which is good, but he reduces the Lings' turn meter too. So Coldheart's better because she can, and Mordecai, because they can reduce the turn meter on the boss, but let the Lings take turns and have the burns activate. So I got to get him off the team. Even a Sandlash Survivor, or not Sandlash, a Soulbond Boyer who I have would be great because she could reduce turn meter on the boss. Armorger would be better. So that's not his best place. He makes the runs, stage 20, it won't lose, but it takes forever if I keep Armand's on the team, relative to what it could be. And then Dragon, I did get to 20. I can do 20. 24 minutes. Oh, that one was so slow. I think I was farming something less. I don't think I was farming. Obviously, I'm not. It's 25 minutes. So, why is that so slow? I don't even know, actually. I can't honestly tell you why it's that slow. Yeah, I don't remember what I did with that one. Fire Knight, I can do and farm 16. I stopped there because once again the Force Affinity was causing me problems. I've got too many magic champs, and if Armand's weak hits, he can take turns. So Ruella would fit in here really nicely with Coldheart and Armand's, particularly once I get past 17 and I can get to these better affinities. I guess I'm gonna have a problem with the fact that stage 20 is Force. I did do some Sand Devil. I got up to 5. That was real easy, and then 6 was really hard. So I did that just to get some points. I don't put energy into Sand Devil. It's not worth it at this point. Never even did a run on Sjogren's Grove. So that's kind of the dungeons. Faction Wars, I'm at 194. I didn't really just build champs out for Faction Wars. So if I had somebody in the faction that could carry me, it would. I got a lot of them up to stage 6 because I'd have somebody who could carry it. Actually, the Corpulent Cadavers were doing great work for me, and I had another Banshee that I just fed. So I had 2 Banshee AoEs, 2 Corpulent Cadavers, and Frozen Banshee can do work. But then I get to the boss, and with the turn meter and fears, I just couldn't control it. So I think the only one that really got pretty far was Armand's, being able to carry that faction. Um, but so progress made, but I didn't focus. I didn't focus on just building champs and trying to get stars everywhere. It just didn't seem worth the energy. Arena, I've been in gold 3. That's real easy to do, and I can stay there. If I'm active, I can rise. I know what some people said is they use like 600 gems, got to gold 5, and then could stay there. Maybe I should do that, but I just didn't want to burn the gems because I thought I might need them, but I still have 5,000 of them, so maybe I don't. So maybe that's worth doing it. Just didn't seem that motivated. I did do a few live arena battles, but never really focused on it. And then I've been in bronze 1 to bronze 2 in 3 versus 3. That one actually, there's plenty of battles I can get in a day, so I can get a lot of gold medals. I got 17,000 gold, bars, so I can buy energy and buy stuff with it. So 3 versus 3 is not bad at this level. You can get plenty of wins in a day. And then clan boss. This one is one where I'm way behind what other people did in the clan, I think. So I 2-key or 3-key brutal, depending on how the runs go. I don't do Nightmare, so I basically get brutal and hard. I need to get those ally protectors in and get to Nightmare or clan boss for sure. And then Hydra, I did about 1 million worth of damage on average. That's not even that doesn't even get me a chest. So I got to get up to 1.7 million. So getting our Versalt build would help. And then even Phoenix with the block buffs. If I could get block buffs and a provoke, then Mordecai's burns could do a lot of work for me. So I can definitely up the damage there. Doom Tower was tough for me. I tended to hit a boss in each rotation where I got stopped, and this one was the Scarab. I couldn't beat the Scarab with my current team. Miscreated can solo it. I did that on my main when I had Miscreated, but I don't have the stats on him. I need resist on him to do that, and I don't have the stats on him to beat it. And Frozen Banshee should be able to poison him if she can just land her poison sensitivity first, and then her A1s would poison. But she's not built strong enough to live, so it just doesn't work. And then Cursed City, in this rotation, I did get to some stages built, but I end up hitting stopping points where I just don't. This game mode is so champ dependent. If you don't have the champs that can beat it, I mean, I'm taking in naked champs, and it just doesn't work. So it's a tough fight. It just sucks too that the advanced quest keeps giving you 2 keys to beat Cursed City. For a while, I couldn't get for last rotation. I couldn't get past C1, so I just lost all that energy. Now at least I can go run the 2 stages every time, so I can get past that advanced quest blocker. The fusion. So I am at 80 fragments of this fusion, and I don't have the summon rush done yet. So there are 15 more fragments here. That'll put me at 95. And I have pulled 1,370 mystery shards to get to this point. So I'm looking forward to using some sacreds here. I have 3 sacreds, and I screwed up too. I knew on Friday night I was too busy and I just didn't get my dailies done. And now I realize that is the one day I'm missing. I would have gotten on reset today. I could have done these dailies here, and I could have picked up this sacred shard. I would have had 4 of them, but I missed 1 daily. That sucks, but I can still get it done. All right, without further ado, let's pull our 3 sacreds and hope for something good. The luck on this account's been great. I'm really hoping for something good coming out of here. Erinny's actually isn't great. She got buffed, actually. Maybe she's better. But interestingly, she is a rosin. She's a rosin epic. So I have 3 of these, 4 of those. I can get her. I'm just missing Penitent and Thurogist, and I can actually make rosin. Interesting. Rosin's definitely been power crap, but I still like rosin. It's just he has like 94 speed. That just sucks. And his AoE decreased turn meter is on a 6-turn cooldown. But that's not what I wanted. But at least it has use. So anyway, I was saying the luck on the last 2 shard sessions pulls have been fantastic on this account. You know, I've been putting out the blessed and the magic thumbnails. Come on, give me something good. Oh, we got gold. We got gold. What is it? Vizier. Wow. So Vizier wasn't one I'm thinking of, but boy, you put him with Frozen Banshee on Clan Boss. Wow. So Vizier, Frozen Banshee, and a couple of those ally protectors. You just keep FB alive. And he can increase the duration of all the debuffs by 1 turn. So you just have him keep A1ing. Frozen Banshee puts the poisons up there, and we keep those poisons up the whole fight. I need a decrease attack, though. But if I can land decrease attack and get some poisons up, wow. That can actually be really useful in Clan Boss. So block buffs, heal reduction. Wait a minute. Each hit has a chance of placing block buffs, decrease attack, and heal reduction. 50, 60, 75% chance. So 80% with sniper. So I guess you could manual it until he lands the decrease attack. Unfortunately, you get 2 buffs you don't need. That fills up 3 spots on the bar. That's kind of unfortunate. So ideally, you wouldn't want to use this decrease attack. You have somebody else do it and just turn this off, because you don't want to tie up 2 of those spots. But if I don't have one, at least there's an option. And then he does a debuff spread, taking 2 random debuffs from the target, place them on all enemies, and a perfect veil. So not useful in Clan Boss with that skill, but could be useful in places like Spider if you didn't have an AoE HP burner. And he gets a perfect veil at the start of each turn. Interesting. So Vizier, that's interesting. So I think he can be useful in Clan Boss. I have never built him. I have him on my main. I've never built him, so I kind of like the idea of building him. But once again, that's 4, 7, 8, 9. Actually, it's a 35% duration, so you really want to book the A1. So it's 4 books you want to get there. Unfortunately, 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, that's 12 more books if you don't land them. Crap. I have a book problem for Legos like every free-to-play ever has at early. Well, wow, we got gold. Man, gold out of 2. That is fantastic. What do we get on the 3rd? Epic. Give me somebody. Fodbar the Bard. I don't think he does anything for me, right? Triple hitter. Heal reduction. That's a Fire Knight skill. Steals 2 random buffs. 80% chance of placing a stun on 1 target. They have no buffs. AoE, decreased defense. So I'd probably keep him around for the Dwarves faction crypt, but I don't see using him at all. He's not really helpful. So we got 1 Rosin Epic, which is decent. And then, hey, we got a legendary that if I can figure out how to use unbooked would be great. But I think Vizier can fit into that Clan Boss team. All right, the good pulls continue. Get off the screen. Where did we end up? I think I have 2 hours and 42 minutes left. And we are 2870. Mystery shard the rest of the way. Or we could just pull a void and see what we get. Epic! Oh, come on, give me. Prundar. Damn. You get an epic and you get Prundar. Why am I upset with Prundar? Prundar actually has a good kit, but watch the books. 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 Oh, more books. More books. That's a library and a half. Seriously. 7, 14, 15, 22 epic books. I mean, seriously. You get decreased speed, you get stun, you get provokes, increased defense, strength and continuous heal, more provokes. It's a great kit, but 22 books? You can't put 22 books into Prundar. So, great kit, great in the faction, but 22 books. I'll see you in 3 years, Prundar, when you have a lot of epic books and you don't know what to do with them, like my main. Yeah, that's really unfortunate. Let's do one more. I'm not doing all those mystery shards. I should have done the mystery shards. Panthera's food. Alright, well that gets me mystery shardish enough. I am only 40 away, so that will put me at 95. I don't have enough space, so that'll put me at 95 for the, and all I need to do between now and tomorrow, I got 1 day, 2 hours left. I can either get Dungeon Divers, just that little bit left in Dungeon Divers, and I got a day, or in Ice Golem, if it ever loads. Well, needless to say, I don't have much farther to go. I got about 1,000 points left in Ice Golem, so I got a little ways to go in Ice Golem. But I only need 5 fragments from either one of those. So I'm at 85. I'll get 10 more. That'll be 95. And I just need to get either Dungeon Divers or Ice Golem. So I got a day to do it. So I'll run that overnight probably and get it done. So that'll add her to the to the index. So it's another champ to consider for what I do. Decrease speed and weaken, turn meter manipulation, increase speed, increase attack. I don't see her fitting in the clan boss team, but she definitely brings something to the wave-based content, and certainly probably probably fits into the arena team. So I haven't really thought about how I'm going to use her. So if you have comments on how you think she fits into my lineup, I'd love to hear from you in the comments of how to roll her in. More Lego books, though. Oh, man. I just don't have enough books. All right, so that's the overview. That's the fusion shard pulls. I guess the next thing I was going to cover was just, hey, what's next? You know, just looking at that roster again, I feel like there's a lot I can do with this. You know, you add Vizier in there, Arbaeus maybe, you know, a couple, you know, Verself and Ally Protect, get Frozen Banshee in there. I think there's a clan boss team in here that's good to build. And I think I can progress in some of the areas in, you know, Vizier, Fenax, Ruella, 3 champs I've never built on my account. Arbaeus I don't even have. So 4 of the champs I would build next are champs I don't even have. Even Sandlash I've never built. So it's a different account than my main. These aren't champs that I build. Versolf I did have on my Ultra Nightmare 2 key team. You know, that was with Brogni and Geo and Iron Brago. So I've used him. But a lot of these other champs I've never used. So I'm kind of interested to keep playing it. So I'm curious if this is content, if you saw free-to-play videos, if that's something you'd be interested in. So if I see some comments that show people are interested, I'll probably keep going. If I don't, then maybe I just don't build the content. So maybe it's not interesting to people. So definitely let me know that. And then that's it on the free-to-play. I will pause here and let me go to my main, and I'm going to pull 6 Sacreds there. All right, back on the main. Got a lot more... Oops, not that one, sorry. Got a lot more Sacreds on this account. So, same progress on here. I'm at 85 fragments on the main account, and Summon Rush, I've done nothing. I'm not mystery sharding 1400s on this one. So I will pull 6 sacreds and a void probably, and then just get the 30 on mysteries. So that'll get me the 15 fragments, and this one's done. So life's a lot easier on the main. All right, we have. Did I miss? I missed the 10 times on that dude. Can you believe that? Wow, they turned that off before the 2 times? Well, that sucks. I guess it only sucks if I pull gold. And what are the odds I'd get them anyway? But I did not know that those one ended before the other. Well, that sucks. Well, at least we got 2 times chance. Damn. Well, Suren, food. 2, paid at least 1, food. 3. Duodon. Like how that champ looks. 4. Flush there, he's food. 5. Wooji. She has some purpose in life, but she is so glass cannon. Last one. I guess I didn't have to worry about the 10 times because it doesn't look like I'm getting gold. Well, that is 6 more epics, and my 2 Mikage epics I need don't show up. So I still need Ilfrid and Ilsenia, so they didn't show up, so that is 6 not very exciting pulls. Alright, we need 1 of these. Alright, that's Michaelis. Oh, that pretty much gets me within 30 Oh, actually I already had, oh, I had 50 in there already, that's right. So, alright, that is it for the main, right? We are done, 100 out of 100. We will leave her there until Champ Chase or CVC, so not in a rush. I actually have plenty of champs sitting here waiting to come out someday. Yeah, they're I got a pile of them. Pile of these champs in here. I am a hoarder of hoarders. Alright, so that is the main. So those were the pulls. Hope you enjoyed the video. I will stop there, and as I said, please leave some comments of what you'd like to see on the free-to-play, and thanks for tuning in. And if you enjoyed the content, I definitely would appreciate the sub. I'm getting close to 500, which I know that's small potatoes in the content creator world, but it's fun for me. I definitely would like to get up to 1,000 at some point, just because I think it'd be really fun to hit. So appreciate it. Thank you.